Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome back to the Hall of Fame Challenge. I've finally had some time to record. I hope you're all doing well. My name is KC Sports, and we are now kicking off our second season with KVKTN and the fourth of the saves so far. And it has been a little quiet in the transfer department, but big news in the background. We won't be able to find it here, but there has been a big moment as we have actually been taken over. That is right. We are spending exactly the wage budget of £6,210, £135,000 in transfer budget debt, which isn't great. Basically means we can't sign anyone at all, and that's been kind of the problem with this whole thing. We have made about £9,000 in sales, so we'll find out what has happened. Alongside this, though, we've also partook on a coaching badge, which is great. We are slowly improving Owen Coslett's ability. And you see here, 117 games played, 58 wins, a win percentage of 49%, not bad. 219 goals in that time period as well. Very, very good for the young manager, now 25 years old. But yeah, we also won Manager of the Year. Well, we were the runner-up Manager of the Year last year. I feel like we should have gotten number one. But let's see the transfers. You already know a few that happened, of course. But in terms of players who've left, Jordi van Veert, who we didn't see too much of, has left the club. Not a bad player. 23 years old. Definitely had a lot to grow. But we've tried to invest in our attack, and we needed to take some players off. That's the same story with Matthias Berges, who was sold for £1 million, for £1,000. Could have gotten more from him. Is he a good player? Absolutely. Sadly, we are just in a position right now where even the good players aren't enough to stay, and anyone is available to be sold. Hubertus Roos left the club. He's one of those players who we wouldn't have seen much of. One that does frustrate me, we have lost Salim Guillen, who we brought through the youth ranks, and last season was starting to play for us a bit more, but he is someone who's left. He's gone to Hendrik Alst, who are in the league above us, and it is all on a completely free deal, as well as Jeremy Metlen, who was someone I was keeping an eye on. I thought there was something there in him, but he's left. And then our only big money sale really, for £8,000, Sinan Celik, the 15-year-old, has left to RC Mechelen. You know, they see how much higher he's worth now that he's joined a bigger club. Very good youngster. The idea was to try and use our youth players, and yeah, that isn't going to help. Of course, as you already knew, Alad Williams has joined the club. He now returns under our wing. Such a good player, and someone definitely, I think, could be a big money sale for us in the future. Didn't really play at all for TNS last season. After that signing, of course, was so good for us back at our time at Cardiff Met Uni. We left the same year. Now he reunites with us in Belgium, and already in 2 appearances off the bench, a 7.1 average rating in the friendlies. Shabani Kabangala was our other signing. He is out injured with shin splints for 1 to 2 months. He is meant to be the star of the show, and when he comes back, the hope is this man is going to carry us to that promotion we arguably deserved last year. Alongside that, we have signed Arlen Bakali as a youngster, the Kosovian youngster, 18 years old. A lot of potential in him. Hopefully we can keep him at the club. In a similar vein, Joao Ulembo has joined as well. Another player I think can become something good. 18 years old, from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Aim Nels is another youngster, 18 years old, 6'3" striker who may well break into the starting lineup, considering the fact that we are without our number one striker for a little while. And lastly, Johannes Brule, who I think is a really exciting young midfielder who we have signed from Anderlecht and Anderlecht Futures, their youth setup. Another player who I think could find his way into the starting 11, just not quite yet. But anyway, let's see what the team is actually looking like now. So here is the team. Unsurprisingly, it is not all that different to last season. There wasn't too much reason to change it around, considering how good we were last year. Just try and build on what we've built. Couple of changes, mostly on the bench. Mustafa Saidi is a youngster who was signed last season from the youth intake. 6'6" with a lot of really good attributes already. Don't be surprised if this young man becomes a pretty regular starter for us, but for right now, Ryan Bolt needs to be that number one guy. Alongside that, Zabundu is on the reserves right now, but 15 years old, 5'5", with a lot of pace. Another player who is part now of the actual team, and that is something to keep an eye out on, is these guys. Hopefully we will see more of them. Walembo, of course, we just signed. Zabundu and Saidi. There's also Arlen Bakali we just saw. He's on the bench. So yeah, hopefully we see quite a lot of these players over the coming seasons, as we have a very, very young team. You look at the sort of average age of this side, and we only have 3 players who are 28, 30 and 35, and yeah, the 2 players over 30. The rest of the side between sort of that 15 to 23 range, 17 players in that range, and then another 4 who are 24 and 25 respectively. So yeah, absolutely a team that has been built around youth and development, as they are also the best players to sell. You've got to think you can make the most profit, and that's very important. At this club, despite the transfer takeover, we need to still be looking towards making profit, because of the fact we are still financially restrained in the transfer market more than anything. But we are now into our first game against Ardie Quantley in the first round of the Croky Cup. We went out last year in the second round, which wasn't great. You didn't even see us get knocked out, but it meant we didn't have much to do at all in the actual season besides just winning games and progressing up the league table. So there are positives and negatives. It's actually the fourth round of the Croky Cup, sorry. But yeah, positives and negatives. So this game, it doesn't matter too much to me. I don't mind whether we win or lose, but it is always a good thing to win, as George Jacobs releases Aled Williams. For those wondering, why do I start George Jacobs above Amadou Jallo? Jacobs is just better on that left-hand side. He prefers to cut in and switch the ball. Ludovic van Heck with a good shot. Yeah, whereas Amadou Jallo, probably someone who I'd seen more as a right winger traditionally. He prefers to sort of run with the ball, make smaller, simpler passes. He's more of the Jadon Sancho to George Jacobs' Jack Grealish. That's the best way I can think of it. So we should, in theory, be beating this side quite comfortably, but we all know it's never comfortable, especially not with this KVKTN inside, as the games we should win tend to be the games we give up some very sloppy chances from. There's definitely a feeling I should have improved the defence more, but as I say, I couldn't sign much of anyone. There was nobody who I brought in who, besides who you saw last season, as what a goal there by George Jacobs. Cuts in from that left hand side. That's exactly what I was talking about. A lot more willing to drive, a little bit more of an aggressive winger. And he picks up the ball in that half space and cuts inside. No real pressure on him, and Van Camp couldn't deny that shot. And here's Stefan Verwest looking for a long range goal, not quite. But yeah, the only 2 signings we made were pre-contract deals we did a long time ago last season. We have no money to bring in players, and there are a couple of players I've looked at. Etienne there just heads over the bar. Yeah, there are players who I have looked at, of course, but none of them were worth the money. There was a really good centre-back, Italian lad One's about £400 per week, as another big chance goes missing. One's about £400 per week just to be part of the team, and it's just unfeasible when you think about the fact Chantraine and Koemans aren't bad players, and we also have Sidney Carner and Mustafa Saidi on the bench. I just don't think it's worth it. Speaking of the defenders, Vuk Koemans there pops up at the back post to make that 2-0. An assist for Stefan Verwest, who I hope this team can be built around this year. Him, Aled and Shabani Kabangala are without question my 3 little pet projects this year. As we head into the half 2-0 up, you've got to think this is a comfortable win today for us. Of course, now, for those who are concerned about what the upload schedules look like, there's truthfully no upload schedule right now. If I have the time to sit down and record a video, I will upload it. The plan is basically this Hall of Fame challenge is going to be basically just sit and talk to me. I have another save on the way. It may well be out by the time this is uploaded, which I'm trying to do more editing and make it seem a bit more fun. Aled Williams just off the post. It was offside anyway. But yeah, I have very little time over the last month or so to sit down and record a video. I'm hoping things might change. There's been a few days over the past week or two where I've thought, okay, now things might start changing for me. It hasn't. So yeah, for right now, episodes aren't going to be as consistent as they were towards the start of the save. Alongside that, as what a goal by Ilias de Meyer. Incredible goal there from the edge of the box. Cannot believe that. Alongside with that happening, I'm going to make a change here. Mustafa Saidi on. Sidney Carner, who we didn't see much of, I might bring on. Well, I'm instead going to bring off Atiri for Senny Kulemans. I want to start using Kulemans a bit more. Yeah, I'm going to be progressing more off screen. Obviously, you may have saw last season was only 4 episodes last year for an entire season, and I think that is just the smartest way to do this right now. I can't upload much, but when I do, there is going to be a significant development. You're not waiting 2 weeks to see me progress. 2 weeks, that is a penalty without question. Aled Williams brought down, and I don't pick favourites. I never have. I never will. I love all these players as if, completely equally. I'm just, for some reason, putting Aled Williams there as our number 1 striker. Just, obviously, he's a debutant. He needs to get his confidence up, that's all. Yes! Aled Williams with his first goal in Belgium. The boy is back in town. Oh, I am so happy to see Aled Williams with another goal. Boom. Launches that one into the top left-hand corner. He is getting the golden boot. He's coming with me to the top, baby. Aled Williams, what a beautiful, beautiful man. As the Welshman puts us 3-1 up and guarantees that surely is the end of the game. Stefan Verwest off for Arlen Bakali, who needs that little bit of game time, I think, to develop. Sidney Carner is also going to come on. And Vincent De Vos off for Amadou Jallow, as I want to try him out on this right-hand side. I'm so happy. He won the penalty, he gets to take it. That's what I'm going to say to the boys who think I may be picking favourites. He won it, he takes it. Saidi, the big powerhouse there, wins that header. Dan Materne, currently on for the man of the match performance. Drives down his left-hand side, pulls it across. Cleared by Ludwig. Van Hecker back in. Amadou Jallow here. He beats his man. Nice turn away. Pull it back. Pull it back. No, Van Cam collects. I saw a little man there waiting for that pullback. Berbatov-esque. Materne winning the head of this. Highlight going on for a little while here, it must be said. Stassen Blocked it, forced to Gilson. Saidi, what a tackle. What a player he, I think, is going to develop into. De Klerk over the top to Palm. That's a pretty cool name, to be honest. And that's well offside, surely. No offside given. Yet Gilson makes it 3-2. A name both extremely foreign and very weirdly British. Gilson, just very British name, and then Niak. And there he is on the ball again. He finds Simmons. Ludwig. De Klerk. Vetzels. I love how different these names are. You've got Stevens playing it from Leclerc. I love it. It's so fascinating, the Dutch language. I'm really happy to be managing in Belgium. Not now, it's for the way weird sound. Aled Williams is offside. We saw this in Wales. He has a propensity to be caught offside, but that is game over. Man of the match goes to George Jacobs with a 7.8 rating, a goal and 3 key passes. Can never scoff at that. But yes, indeed, that is game over. We kick off the second season with a 3-2 win. Still a little shaky defensively, but offensively as good as ever. I hope that we are able to get at least close again to that promotion, but we've got to think this year has to be the promotion year after what we did last year. That was a lot of saying year. That was really confusing in my head. So yeah, we will continue on. We will play the 5th round off screen. I will continue playing until a game pops up that I think is at least a little exciting. We are predicted still to finish 17th, which is better than last year. That's what I'm going to say. We are predicted higher than we were last year. So maybe it's time to take that number 1 spot off of Standard Liège. Thank you all for watching. I will see you again sometime soon. Have a great day and bye-bye. Fuck me, he's a great player. Bye-bye.